to get your fix.
Are you ready? Are you ready to get your fix? Are you ready? Are you ready to get your fix? Are you ready? Are you ready to get your fix? Are you ready? Are you ready to get your fix? Are you ready? Are you ready to get your fix? Are you ready to get your fix?
With the Wicks here on this beautiful Thursday, June 16th, 2022, and welcome to the show, whether that's on Facebook or on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, do me a favor, hit the share and the like. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe. It'd be much, much appreciated. So hopefully you guys had a wonderful evening last night and got to dabble in whatever the hell you wanted to, right? I got to sit down and finish the new Halo series on Paramount Plus. That, let me tell you, if you haven't seen it, gotta go watch it, okay? It's electric. The first episode, awesome. The second episode, third episode, kind of slow, but it's really intriguing. Just power through it. All right, and then get going, keep watching. There's another battle scene at like episode 5 or 4, one of the two, and then bam, right at the end at episode 9. Woo-hoo-hoo. You'll be in for a little treat. It literally is following the aspect of the video game. It kind of gives you the first person view. Sometimes you get to go and Master Chief's helmet and see what he's shooting. It looks like the actual video game. It's pretty nuts. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Got to watch some Tom Segura stand up. Pretty good, okay? He makes me laugh. If you don't know who that is, check him out. You will love him. That's on Netflix. But besides that, we're here to talk football, right? And there's some pretty cool stuff happening right now around the world of the National Football League. Like the Saints unveiling a new awesome helmet, and we'll talk about that in just a few moments. There's also one little piece of information that had me going, what the hell are you doing? Why? The Eagles did something I did not like, and I'm sure fans will not like as well, because we'll get to it. Basic, plain and simple, okay? We'll show you what happened. And then, hey, remember how Rodgers signed that massive 3-year, $150 million contract? Well, his bonus, which was set at $40.8 million, has been tweaked just a little bit. We'll give you the full details of that deal. Also, the Browns have announced additions to their football operations staff, and a player on the Browns, Jadeveon Clowney, gave us a reason of why he actually returned to Cleveland. Just happens that it was because of one person. Who is that person? We'll get to it in just a few moments. So with that being said, are you ready to get your fix? So the Saints did something pretty cool today. Pretty awesome. I'm pumped for it. Cannot wait to see this being debuted. Whenever that game is, I will most likely be tuning in just to see how it looks. So for those of you that don't know, the New Orleans Saints today decided to unveil a new helmet. That's right, because this season is the first time in quite some time that when the No Fun League was actually under operations by Roger Goodell, he decided to lift the ban of only having one helmet. He used to, back in the day, have 2 separate helmets, which gave teams the opportunity to have a couple different uniform styles. That was taken away, where you only could have one helmet, which led a lot of teams to be like, okay, so we got to stick with our main uniform that we see in the Thursday night primetime color rush jerseys get brought out, like the Seattle Seahawks, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Tennessee Titans, the Minnesota Vikings, the Pittsburgh Steelers. All the teams basically had a color rush uniform. And that was okay for the most part. Except when we had Seattle versus the Chiefs, and it was looking like a Christmas game. Wasn't appealing. Okay, it was kind of childish. They've since kind of went away from that. But Roger Goodell made the executive decision along with the other owners in the National Football League, I believe, and the oversight committee or whatever they have going on over there, that basically, look, we need the opportunity for teams to bring back their old uniforms. Give a little nostalgia look to it. Make the game more intriguing. So they passed a rule where basically teams are now allowed to have 2 different helmet styles for this upcoming season. Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be wearing their old throwback, like orange orange sickle jerseys. Pumped for that. The Patriots get to bring back old Patriot pad on their helmet. I love that jersey. That was actually my favorite Patriot jersey. Still is to this day, as well as that helmet style. It is awesome to witness. Cannot wait to see that. Other teams like the Atlanta Falcons just unveiled their new uniform for this upcoming season where they had that red helmet. Looks pretty sweet. Okay, we'll see what it looks like on game day. But the New Orleans Saints have since followed suit. They unveiled a new helmet. Now, the Saints have historically always had I think you can call it gold, a gold helmet with their Saints logo on the side. Looks pretty sick, but they've had it every single year since their existence. And now, they've changed it up a little bit, and I'm pumped for it. They are unveiling, or have unveiled, a new black helmet, and it is, in my opinion, it's gorgeous. It's awesome. It's sick. I cannot wait to see what they do with that. For you guys out there that don't know what it looks like, we'll give you a quick little look-see, huh? I'll give you, hey, we're getting a new platform here in just a week or so we'll be able to actually have it on the screen a little bit bigger, so I don't have to do this shit, because this is getting annoying. But, look at this, alright? Yeah. Alright, well, it's a little blurry. Hopefully you guys give a good look. Alright, there you go. It's a black helmet. If you haven't seen it, it's on Instagram, it's on Twitter. Go to the New Orleans Saints social media pages, wherever you want to find it. It is on there. Go on Google, search up new New Orleans Saints helmet. It's black. It is sick as shit, okay? They got the gold Saint logo, and they have the stripe down the middle that kind of goes to a point. It's like thick at the front, and then slowly goes back to a point. And in that little area, it's a bunch of little Saint symbols going back throughout the whole helmet. So it kind of has, the one thing I didn't like about it is it has the same vibe as the Seattle Seahawks current helmet does, right? Because they have that same stripe that's going down the middle. But I like it. I really do like this because they have an all-black uniform. And if you add this helmet to that all-black uniform, woo, they're going to look clean on that football field. Maybe they bring it out when they're wearing their all-white uniform, their color rush uniform. They can do a lot of different stuffs with this black helmet. It's going to be different. It really is. But I think the Saints realize that this could bring in, obviously more revenue from merchandise sales and all that stuff. Could also bring in more fans just because of the overall appealing effect that the helmet will have. And it's got me, okay? I'm pumped for it. I cannot wait. The Saints have only had one helmet throughout their history. And with other teams having different helmets or multiple different helmets, this is a good change. Now, if it was like the Minnesota Vikings going from a purple to a yellow, no thank you, okay? If you're going to do that, just change the jersey to yellow as well, okay? But the Saints did a really good job here. I think they realize that the culture is different and people want to see new things and which would really bring the viewership in, and just, it'll be fun to witness these black helmets on game day, in which they will be wearing for at least one game this season. There's a potential possibility that they use it or wear it for a couple more games. Not really sure what that means, but we could be seeing it for at least 2 games potentially. For sure we get to see it during one game, but we could be seeing it for 2 games, maybe 3 games, depending on the likeliness or the likeness that they see from fans and others around the league. So the Saints unveil their new helmet. I was impressed with that helmet, but there's one thing that came out today that when I got to see, we'll give you a front row look at what happened, okay? What's going on? What's this? The hell are we doing? That's what happened, okay? And I'm going to explain what that is, okay? Because it is, I don't know how they could do this, but the Philadelphia Eagles decided, hey, it's time for a rebranding, okay? It's time to change some things up. We got to go more modern. We got to look a little bit more modern like the new teams are doing. The Indianapolis Colts tweaked their word mark for their logo last season, made it a little bit sharper, a little bit more modern. Looked pretty sick. I liked it because it really wasn't that different. But the Eagles, I think they might have lost some fans because of this. The Eagles, even though it says have tweaked their word mark for their logo, it's more like completely redone their logo. This ain't a tweak. This is a complete disaster. Don't know why the hell they did it. But folks, look at this shit. Okay, we'll come up there so we get a better look at this. Look what we're dealing with here. You see this? The old to the new. Why? What the actual fuck are they doing? I'm speechless because they screwed up. I hate this. I absolutely hate this. I despise it. Every little bit of it. I despise it. That old one looks fine. Looks fantastic. Especially when you compare it and put it right next to the new word mark for your logo. The old one? Yeah, that's the Eagles, man. The old one? Or the new one? The fuck is this? Huh? Are we soft? What's going on here? It looks childish. They say, oh, they're switching to a more modern look. Your old word mark was modern enough. Okay? It was just fine. Nothing needed to be changed about it. Instead, you went to a plain Jane, simple ass logo. Simple. Is that what this world's coming to now? Got a bunch of softies and a bunch of simpletons out there. Oh, that's too complicated. We should kind of change it so that like you really understand that it says Eagles and looks more modern, you know? I think that'd be cool. Some dude's like, hell yeah, I agree. What should we do? And he's like, I got an idea. Look at this. The Eagles screwed up. Big time. And if fans from Philadelphia like this, I'd be shocked. Because I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan, and seeing this, and I'm also the National Football League fan, or a National Football League fan. And just seeing this made me want to throw my phone in the dumpster. Okay, like what are you doing? This ain't appealing at all. Like the Saints helmet, appealing. You want to see it on game day. You want to see what that helmet actually looks like on the field. This, you look at it and you're like, okay, well, so what are you going to do with the jerseys? You're going to change the numbers up a little bit? Because I have a Brian Dawkins jersey, or no, not Brian Dawkins, a Brian Westbrook jersey, thanks to Y4, or John, friend of the show. He comes on whenever he's available. That looks awesome. So are you going to change that up too? Because you might have to make it more modern, more simple. And if they go back to the Kelly Greens, then, hey, cool, I'm all for it. But this Eagles logo has got to go. I hope fans are in uproar. I hope they're protesting. I hope they're doing whatever the hell they can to make sure that Eagles, the new Eagles word mark for their logo, is completely forgotten about. Okay, completely taken off the internet, because this is absolute trash. This is garbage. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they fucked up. Plain and simple, in my opinion. Like, if the Vikings did this, I'd be in uproar. Okay, I'd be screaming from the mountaintops, throw it away. I'm pissed about it. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's not pretty, to say the least. It's not pretty at all. So that's what the Eagles did. Okay, the Saints, hell of a job with their new helmet. Want to see what that looks like on game day. I think it'll look cool. Eagles' new word mark for their logo. Crumple it up, spit on it, maybe take a piss on it, throw it in the garbage. How you doing? Keep it moving, and see you later. Okay? Because it is poor effort by whoever the hell decided to make it more modern. No. Anyways, back to some more sophisticated information around the world, around the NFL. So Aaron Rodgers, obviously, this offseason signed a massive 3-year, $150 million deal, basically. So $50 million per year. He had a signing bonus of $40.8 million. And as reported by Field Yates on Twitter, he says, as part of his contract extension, this offseason, Aaron Rodgers received a $40.8 million signing bonus. Or not signing, it just says bonus. I'm assuming it's the signing bonus. That was due to be paid by December 31st. Okay? Got a couple months. Actually, like 6 months. But still, $40.8 million. Bam! In a blink of an eye. Awesome. Green Bay actually recently tweaked the deal. This is unlike the Eagles tweaking their word mark for their logo. But the Green Bay Packers recently tweaked the deal, paying Rodgers $20.8 million by June 20th, which is Monday. And then $20 million more by September 30th. So they took that first date, December 31st, all of it had to be paid. They bumped it up. They're like, hey, okay, this is our guy. We got to give him his money. Let's give it to him right now, okay? Let's split it up in 2 different sections. He probably makes a little bit more because if you give him that whole $40.8 million, I'm sure taxes takes a bigger chunk out than if you were to split it up in $20 million evenly or something like that. So I'm sure he makes a little bit more that way. So Monday will be a great day for Aaron Rodgers. All they did was tweak his deal and move it up, split it into 2 separate dates. So Monday he gets a massive $20.8 million payday, and I bet he's grinning from ear to ear right now. Ooh, $20 million. Okay, let's go, buddy. I'm pumped about this one. I'm so excited. I bet he is excited because that's a lot of money. If I had that money, we'd be having some fun. Okay, we'd make smart choices, but we'd have some fun. Okay, because it's $20 million. Shit, you give me $1 million, we'd figure out what the hell to do real quick. Okay, and we'd probably be living just fine. Moving forward, the Cleveland Browns. We got a couple things to talk about the Cleveland Browns. So first off, the Cleveland Browns have officially announced that Glenn Cook and Catherine Raish are their new assistant general managers under Andrew Berry, with Raish becoming the highest-ranking female football executive in the NFL. That's reported by Ian Rappaport on Twitter. Massive, massive news for the Cleveland Browns. Now, if you don't remember, Catherine Raish actually came from the Philadelphia Eagles. I was hoping we were going to bring her in, make her our new GM, but that wasn't the case. We got a good one in Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. I'm pumped to see what he's bringing to the table. Draft night had me a little confused, okay? 12th pick, and then we go to the 32nd pick. We trade the 32nd pick away. We still have the 34th, but it's like, okay, well, what are we doing here? And we made a couple good decisions, so I'll be fine with it. But Catherine Raish is now an assistant GM, and this is good because the Browns, I think, have been known, at least the last couple of years, to mold up-and-coming GMs in order to get their jobs or get a GM job in the future. They've been able to mold them pretty fantastically, if I were saying. Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah came from Cleveland, okay? Pumped that we got him. They made a couple quick questionable decisions, but they announced some additions to their football operations staff, and that is the additions. Glenn Cook and Catherine Raish to their new position, assistant general manager under Andrew Berry. Another player on that roster who just re-signed the Cleveland Browns on a pretty decent deal, not too out of this world, but a decent deal. Jadeveon Clowney has come out and basically said why he has decided to return to Cleveland. Aaron Rodgers of Pro Football Focus went on Twitter and had this to say, even though Clowney kind of laid it out in a press conference. Aaron Rodgers says, Browns defensive end Jadeveon Clowney says that he returned to Cleveland because Deshaun Watson is with the team. He probably was going to sign with the Falcons if Watson ended up there. Here's a quote from Jadeveon Clowney. I was all about where my boy Deshaun was going. That's where I wanted to play. And if you don't remember, Jadeveon Clowney actually played multiple seasons with Deshaun Watson while they were with each other in the Houston Texans organization. Okay, both of them drafted high overall picks from the Texans. Once Clowney left, J.J. Watt left, and Deshaun left. Okay, they're boys. They love each other. They have mad respect for each other. And that's why Jadeveon Clowney decided ultimately in the end that going back to Cleveland was the best opportunity. Now, speaking of Deshaun Watson, 26 civil cases he's currently facing. That number grew from 22. He's seen 66 different masseuses, I think is how you call them, or he got 66 different massages from different people, not really sure their title, in just 17 months. Kind of a ridiculous number. A number that makes you go, huh? How is that even fucking possible? How? Like that's ridiculous. That is way too many in 17 months. And with having as much money as that he does, you'd expect that he has his own personal massager or masseuse, I think is how you call him. But he doesn't. And now he's facing these allegations left and right. And it's unclear of when a suspension might come, if a suspension might come. He already went to court for the criminal cases in which he was not indicted. They declined to indict him, which was good news for Deshaun, okay? Because that means no evidence was found that really gave the court a reason to be like, okay, we need to look further into this. But now the civil cases kind of loom over his head. He's going to having to answer multiple questions in which he kind of just basically says, talk to my lawyer. I'll give you my opinion. I'll stick to exactly what I have said the last few times. That's what Deshaun's saying. Look, I'm innocent, is what he's been saying. I haven't done any of these things that's wrong, and I will stick by my word. If you want to hear anything else, you can talk to my lawyer. Since then, some pretty interesting news has come out. The NFLPA, the National Football League Players Association, plans to defend Deshaun Watson. It says the Players Union will reportedly argue the punishment Deshaun Watson faces isn't the same as the NFL owners during their off-field scandals. AKA, we're talking about Dan Snyder, talking about Mark Davis, a bunch of other owners that we probably have never heard of what the hell they were doing outside of football. Because they have billions of dollars, they can do whatever the hell they want and get away with it. Right? They can hire whoever the hell they want, to persuade somebody however the hell they want and get away with it. Plain and simple. Because they have the money to. Which is kind of bullshit in the world that we live in. I think you shouldn't be able to get away with anything regardless of your money and regardless of how popular you are. I think if you did something, you should be processed as if a homeless man or a poor man was getting processed. Oh, this guy has no money? All right, throw him in the clink, okay? Because, yeah, he definitely did that shit. But when a billionaire comes in, it's like, oh, I don't know if he did it because he probably just slid you a couple $100 million on the table and said, hey, don't worry about it, okay? We don't have to worry about anything, right? I didn't do nothing, right? All right. However, the NFLPA says, listen, the owners have been doing some shady things throughout the years, and they ain't getting no punishments. Now Deshaun Watson's getting this and blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm not saying what Deshaun Watson did never happened, because it definitely could have happened, and if he did it, he's an absolute scumbag, a piece of shit, shouldn't be in the National Football League. But if he didn't do it, Because there's a possibility, there's a chance of that. I have no idea, just like you guys have no idea what is actually going on in the situation. You just read what you see, and that's what you believe. Everyone has their own opinions and beliefs and all that stuff. So I'm not saying that he did do it or he didn't do it, but if he didn't do it, it's like, okay, should he face a suspension? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not the commissioner. The NFLPA is on Deshaun Watson's side. And this is a source told Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk that the NFLPA, which is required to defend Watson, so they are required to defend Watson, will argue that whatever punishment Watson faces isn't the same as how the NFL treated 3 team owners following their off-field scandals. Those owners, according to Florio's source, are the Washington Commanders' Daniel Snyder. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this one. The New England Patriots owner, Robert Kraft, in which he went down to a saloon, was doing some shady business there. I'm not going to speak on it because I really don't know what happened 100%. It seems like a trafficking thing. I don't know what happened there. Maybe he was getting a happy ending as well. And the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. I have forgot about the Jerry Jones situation. I don't know what that really is. But it is what it is, right? And those owners never face anything. They don't face suspensions, fines, nothing. It's kind of just thrown on the table and thrown in the garbage. You never hear about it again. Because that's what the NFL is great at doing, hiding shit. Just like billionaires are good at doing, hiding shit. The source explains that the NFLPA would defend Watson in part by making an aggressive argument premised on the consequences or lack thereof imposed on a trio of owners who recently have found themselves embroiled in off-field controversy. The argument will be that the punishment of Watson is not proportional to the punishment of those owners, especially in light of this key line from the personal conduct policy. Ownership and club or league management have traditionally been held to a higher standard and will be subject to more significant discipline when violations of the personal conduct policy occur. And that hasn't been the case for owners. So the NFLPA, which is required to defend Watson, is going to defend Watson in the fact that these owners haven't been punished. And that's the latest news on the Deshaun Watson situation. More will come out, I'm sure, in the weeks and the days to come, because this is an ongoing process which will not come to an end until the civil cases come to an end, which could be a while, okay? So does a suspension happen this season? Really unsure. Really unsure. But it's very, very possible. So with that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether that's on Facebook or on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, hit that like, hit the share. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe. It'd be much, much appreciated. Go enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Enjoy this weather, what we have. I know it's getting hot outside, but it is a beautiful one today, especially if you're in the Minnesota area. It is gorgeous, so go enjoy it. Or do whatever the hell you want, right? Because this is your life. You live it how you want. Stay happy out there. Make good decisions. Be smart. And you will be back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time, like always. And you just got your fix. With the Wix, all right? Hey, deuces, folks.